A woman is someone who identifies as one.
Answer the question without saying the word woman. You can't say the word woman. That's called circular reasoning. It's like saying a tree is something that looks like a tree.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope all's good wherever you are. In this video, we're going to watch Hairdo Charlie Kirk debate a couple of students on campus. I'm just playing. I find his hair's funky sometimes, but I like the guy. I like his content. Maybe I'm just jealous because I got no hair whatsoever. We're going to watch him debate two students on campus. This is from Turning Point USA. This is from their Live Free tour. All the links, as usual, are in the description below. I'll give you my thoughts between each clip. Let's get into it.
Hi, my name is Spencer, and I'm a freshman here at San Jose State. So my question is about what you said earlier about Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson's qualifications for the Supreme Court, and how you mentioned that she was unable to define what a woman is, and I'd like to compare that to Justice Barrett. So Justice Jackson went to a public high school, attended an Ivy League law school, clerked for the Supreme Court, was a public defender, served on the Sentencing Commission, was a district judge, and served on the Court of Appeals. And as for Justice Barrett, she was a Supreme Court clerk, and she also sat in the Court of Appeals. And when she was being questioned by the Senate during her confirmation, she was asked to name the freedoms of the First Amendment, which she struggled with. So my question is, what makes Justice Justice Barrett more qualified than Justice Brown?
So first of all, what does your shirt say? I can't see that.
Trump 24 years in prison.
Oh,
Bro.
yeah. Got it. Yeah, that's. Bro. We could talk about that in a second. I was like seeing double. I was like, are you a Trump fan or not? Because, yeah, obviously not. Yeah, I mean, by the way, how is Ketanji Brown Jackson's Ivy League credentials impressive if she got in with affirmative action? Why is that impressive? And by the way, Amy Coney Barrett did her entire hearing without a shred of notes in front of her. You remember that? She had nothing but a notepad, all from memory. Ketanji Brown Jackson, I will just ask you, do you think it's important that one of the 9 people determining the most important interpretation of our laws knows what a woman is?
Well, right. Well, my counter to that is that we shouldn't really be seeing the world in black and white. And a woman it's more than what meets the eye for a definition.
No, it's not. No, we should see the world through male and female. Yeah.
Why?
Definitely.
Bro. If you enjoyed these types of debates, please give a thumbs up to the video. Consider subscribing to the channel. Help it grow. And also, I want to say props to this young fellow here. Even though I disagree with him, it is not easy going up and trying to debate somebody who's a professional shock debater and very smart person like Charlie Kirk. And we do need more of these good conversations in the world. So good for him for going up and asking the question. Back to the video.
Well, why? Because I live in reality, not in Narnia or some sort of weird created academic abstract space that doesn't exist.
So why shouldn't a person be socially welcome to identify with gender outside of the binary?
Well, anyone can pretend to be something they're not, but that doesn't make them the thing that they're not. Can I be black?
No.
Oh, but why can't I socially become black? Blackface, right? I could pretend, wear camouflage, masquerade as something that I'm not, right? How's that different than a trans person?
Race and gender are two completely separate things. They have nothing to do with each other, and the existence of being transgender does not imply the existence of being transracial.
So you can pretend to say that you have ovaries when you don't, but you can't put makeup on to pretend to be a black person.
What transgender women are claiming to have ovaries?
There's lots of men that pretend to have ovaries. In fact, the CDC guidance says right now that men can chest feed. Do you think men can chest feed?
That's not the sole criterion for being...
So let me ask you a question. What is a woman?
A woman is someone who identifies as one.
Answer the question without saying the word woman. You can't say the word woman. That's called circular reasoning. It's like saying a tree is something that looks like a tree. So I'll ask again, what is a woman?
A woman is a person who lives a lifestyle aligned with feminine characteristics, not necessarily your chromosomes or your genitals.
So someone who just wears a dress. So what you are doing is you are reducing womanhood to a costume.
No. So are you suggesting that, like, a transgender woman goes about her day pretending to be a woman, but then when she gets home, she starts acting like a man?
No, delusional in every part of life. I understand that. But that doesn't mean they're not delusional. There's a series of mental conditions where you could pretend to be a wolf. Can you be trans species too? Does your own mental condition dictate external reality, yes or no?
Not necessarily.
Okay, then why do you believe that a biological man can become
Brainwashed
something that he is not? Because he thinks it.
Because gender is not interchangeable with sex.
Yeah, right. So there are 0 genders. There are only 2 sexes. Gender is a made-up term that started in the academy in the 1960s. Talking about sex, which is the only thing that actually can be proven and that matters, XXXY, I will ask the question again, why is it that a man can suddenly become a dress and can be treated exactly the same as a woman that is biologically, not just biologically different, but somebody that has a different brain, a different hormonal system, menstruate, have children? I'll be very honest with you. It is so unbelievably insulting to women to have men have to lecture that all it takes is some weird dude with testosterone can put makeup on, wear a thong and a dress, and he suddenly becomes a woman. Here's at the essence of the issue, is that no matter how much surgery you do, no matter how many drugs you take, you don't stop being the thing that you were born. You don't get to determine your reality by a stroke of the will. I don't deny for a second that the trans person thinks that they are. Certain people think that they're younger than they are. Some people think they're taller than they are. Some people think they're richer than they are. Some people think they're innocent when they're not, like Bob Menendez. There's plenty of delusional people in this world. It's up for society to say no to the delusional and yes to reality. It is for us to not allow us to be reigned under the tyranny of somebody's imagination. Do you have a response? And then we'll wrap it up.
It's tough to go up there like that, though. It's tough. Good on him. I disagree with him, but good on him.
I'm not going to put you on the spot. I appreciate you being here tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, next question. And give it up for him. That's not easy to do at a conservative event. I appreciate that.
For those of you who don't know exactly what he's talking about, here is the video in question that they're referring to here.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition? No,
Yeah,
I can't.
you can't?
Not in
Okay.
this context.
So you
I'm not a
believe the
biologist.
meaning of the word woman is so unclear and controversial that you can't give me a definition?
Senator, in my work as a judge, what I do is I address disputes. If there's a dispute about a definition, people make arguments, and I look at the
All right.
law and I decide. So I'm not.
The fact that you can't give me a straight answer about something as fundamental as what a woman is underscores the dangers of the kind of progressive education that we are hearing about.
And here's the problem with that, right? We are the most advanced, smartest civilization to ever live on the planet. And we're at a point that we can't decide what a woman is without saying it's anyone who identifies as a woman. And well, that's absolutely ridiculous. We know what a woman is, right? We've known from the beginning of time what a woman is: an adult human female, someone who can give birth. All the humans who are on the planet came from biological women, someone with the chromosomes of a woman, with female gametes, with female reproductive organs. The people on the left like to say, well, you know, not all women can give birth, which is fair. But if you went to the doctor as like a, I don't know, 30-year-old woman, 25-year-old woman, and you couldn't conceive, they would say, wow, well, you're supposed to be able to conceive, right? So they would do some tests on you to find out what the problem is, because women are supposed to be able to have babies. It doesn't mean that all women can have babies, but they are born and they're supposed to be able to. For as if you're a man identifying as a woman, a trans woman, and you go to the doctor and you say, well, I can't get pregnant. Well, you're a man. You have male reproductive organs. Obviously, there's no test to be run. They would just send you on your way. It's just like saying, like, human beings are able to see with 2 eyes. It's factual. Some people are born blind. It doesn't make the statement any less true. Some human beings are born with 1 arm. It doesn't make the statement that human beings have 2 arms any less true. Women are born and they're supposed to be able to give birth, but some of them can't. It's like when they say, well, what about intersex? There is no person on the planet with the reproductive organs of a woman and of a man. You have one or the other, whether you're intersex or not. You are born with the reproductive system of a man or a woman, male or female. You might look different. It might be hard to distinguish you, but you do not, in fact, have 2 sets of reproductive organs. You will have only one. Sex is binary. You can make a case that Charlie was saying, you know, oh, can I change my race? I can make a case that race is on a spectrum. We're all different beautiful shades of humans, from very pale to very dark skin, and every shade in the middle. You can make a case for that. Sex, on the other hand, you are born male or you are born female. There is no perfect way to be a boy. There's no perfect way to be a girl. We're all beautiful human beings at the end of the day. Just because a little girl likes G.I. Joes instead of Barbies, sorry, I'm dating myself here, but it doesn't make her a boy. You're allowed to like different things, but at the end of the day, sex is binary. That's your personality. You might dress a little bit more eccentric. We don't all have the same interests, but that's your personality. How you dress, how you look, whether you wear makeup or don't wear makeup. You dress like a girl, you dress like a boy. That's your personality. That has nothing to do with your sex. Gender is a social construct, but sex, that's binary. Throughout the history of the world, there's only been male and female. Justice Jackson, who they're talking about here, if you're going to be at that level in the Supreme Court, like as high as you can go, you have to be able to say what a woman is or what a man is, so that the average person in society, the average Joe, the normies know what you're talking about. And if you can't say what a woman is or what a man is, you should not be in that position at all. Now, these colleges, they're very left-wing, same with my country in Canada. They're very left-wing colleges. They get brainwashed in there, and there's an ideology that's pushed, but it's wrong.
Hi, Charlie. First of all, I want to commend you for coming to such a left-wing campus, considering your views, so thank you for coming. But I heard you mention safe injection sites, and drug overdose is such a big issue today. And there's this meta-analysis of 75 studies that shows that it reduces overdoses, increases access to health services, and is not associated with increased crime or increased drug use. So what reasons do you have for being against it?
Do you think that San Francisco is a clean city?
So they don't have clean injection
Not
sites,
lately.
I don't think, but no, I guess not.
I believe they do have injection sites.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. So do you think San Francisco is a clean city?
No, I do not.
Okay. So why do you think that is?
I'm not sure. I guess just a lot of crime and homelessness and whatnot.
Sure. So we have 96,700 overdoses in America right now. Off the top of my head, 72% of opioid, like 72% of all deaths for young men are opioid related. Having quote unquote safe injection sites is nothing more than subsidizing an addiction to get somebody closer to the inevitable death.
In this meta-analysis from Vancouver and
Right.
Australia,
So,
it shows that it lowers.
I
it's
am
linked to
positive
last.
that study says that. Post-COVID, I think any study from the major health industries that contradict what I am seeing is steaming hot garbage.
I agree.
Well, do you-
But here's my evidence. If you walk the streets of San Francisco, you will see littering of needles, feces. You will see homeless people that are completely addicted. And I'm going to talk more morally here, okay? If you have somebody who is addicted, is it better to further their addiction or get them help so that they can break free of that addiction? That's a moral question, not a scientific one.
You could give people help while creating safer conditions for those who are still doing it and haven't gotten help yet.
No, so that's tapering. That's a separate issue. That is not what safe injection sites are. Tapering is perfectly fine because literally if they stop using a form of opioid, they could die. Safe injection sites is the continuation of the addiction subsidized by the taxpayer because we don't have the courage to say, you are suffering under a self-inflicted addiction. We're going to get you help, but you first must take responsibility for your own actions. The problem with the premise of safe injection sites is society itself is saying, you're really a victim, and we're going to give you the needles and give you the tools. And you could walk into San Francisco at any one of their health sites, and they will give you a kit, literally a kit of syringes and needles and literally an ability to put a large rubber band, a tourniquet, thank you, around your arm to be able to find the veins that you can inject. Unsupervised, might I add you, unsupervised. That's not a matter of tapering or getting people off of it. A decent or a sane society would say, you know what, there's a lot of suffering here. Let's try to get you off of these things, not make it easier for you to continue to do drugs, which only continues the cycle of despair and death. Thank you so much.
Now, this kid referenced a study from Vancouver. If you've been to Vancouver, Canada recently, you know that these safe injection sites are just a detriment to the city. I go to Ottawa, Canada a lot. My mom was living there. Same idea. What was once a vibrant downtown area, and let's be real here, all these injection sites are generally in these downtown areas, has just become a wasteland for homeless people and drug addicts. I don't see it with my own eyes, the same as Charlie said in this video when he said that if any study post-COVID comes out and I can't see it with my own eyes and I see something totally different, I don't believe it. That's how I feel. I have a good friend of mine from Brisbane, Australia, and he tells me the same thing. What was once a glorious city, a nice place to walk and bring your family, has now become a dump, pretty much. And these safe injection sites, that's all they do. They don't help the problem. They just make it worse. They enable these people. If we can find a way to taper them off, I'm like these two, man. I'm with it. I'm with it. Find a way to get men off opioids and women off opioids. Stop just pushing them more and more drugs. Find a way to get the doctors to stop prescribing these things. Prescribe something different. We got to get people, this opiate crisis is real, but just having more and more injection sites for people to go and take their drugs is not helping anybody. It's not helping these people. It's not helping the downtown area. It's not helping tourism because people don't want to go to these cities. They don't want to stay downtown in these hotels because they get out of the hotel. In Ottawa, Canada, you can get out of the Hilton Hotel and you got a bunch of bums there, drug addicts out of an expensive hotel. It's a shame what's happening to our cities because of generally leftist government. Anyway, that's my rant for it. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more of these, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Catch you all in the next video. Peace out, everybody.